This, everybody, is the Tamarillo. Tamarillo is something that I have talked about extensively in the past. It is Solanum bataceum, or something like that, meaning it is in the tomato genus, related to a tomato, eggplants, stuff like that. This is pretty common. This, though, is not common. This is really, really rare. This is the hardy Tamarillo. Same name, very different fruit. It is Solanum corymbiflora, or something like that. Not a whole lot of information about this fruit, except that it does show up on a few rare seed sites. People have learned that this is a relatively easy fruit to grow, as rare as it is. It is originally from the Andean region of like South America, so Bolivia and Colombia, Peru. I believe you can find this fruit maybe in the wild, but it's not something that is commonly cultivated. But you can, and in fact, it's an easy one to grow. And I don't grow plants, okay? I don't know a whole lot about growing plants, but it being hardy is an indicator that this is something that withstands frost pretty well. So you can grow this outside in temperatures as low as 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty low. So this guy is becoming a little bit more popular among gardeners because of that. This was sent to me by the Santa Cruz Rare Fruit Growers, and they do have seeds available on their website, so check out their website. First thing that is kind of interesting about it, besides being small and having these little stripes on it, so it is pretty different than your typical Tamarillo, it also is fuzzy. It's got this peach fuzz on it, which is kind of interesting. And let's cut it open. I'm guessing that yellow means riper, so I'm gonna go with the most yellow of all of them. This one here. Let's cut that guy open. Looks, I guess, a bit like a Tamarillo. And just for the fun of it, let's cut this guy open to compare. Yeah, so I'm not sure what the experience will be of the rind of this. Tamarillos can tend to have a bitter rind to them, as do some different Solanum species. So I'm going to start with just the center to see what that's like, if it'll focus. There we go. So we'll give that a little squeeze. That tastes good. Yeah, it's all right. That's nice. So the flavor of it's a little difficult. It's reminding me of the Tamarillo for sure, but let's break it down a bit. It is sweet, but not like crazy sweet. It's less than an apple, maybe like 4 out of 10. It's tart in a way, but not very tart. It's tart like a tomato can be tart, you know? Like a 2 out of 10 on tartness. It's not citrusy, but it's got like that little bite to it, the way a tomato can have an acid sort of taste to it. And the flavor is interesting. It does remind me quite a bit of the Tamarillo, and the Tamarillo reminds me of tomatoes and guava mixed together, but it's more like the fruit side of a tomato, if that makes sense. You know, tomatoes are a fruit, and they do have a fruity taste rather than a savory taste mixed in with the savory taste. This is leaning more towards the fruit taste than the savory taste. This one even more so. In a way, because I'm not getting so much like a savory tomato taste. I'm more getting a fruity tomato taste and that guava taste and a bit of like a pineapple sort of flavor also. But it also tastes like green beans. It's got a little bit of a green bean flavor. So it's trading off the savory taste of a tomato, but also has a little vegetal taste in a different way. So I've eaten the pulp on the inside, but what about that rind? Little fuzzy, but the flavor is it's all right. tastes the same, but it's a little milder, and it does have that bit of a fuzzy texture to it. Next, let's try it all together. Rind, fuzziness, seeds, everything. When you pop that in your mouth, it has like the feel of biting into a fuzzy grape tomato, but there's a lot of flavor mixed in there. I think this is good. I think this is something that if you like the Tamarillo, which by the way, let me just take a little bite of this for comparison. Well, yeah, this has much more of a savory tomato taste to it. It's not as savory as a regular tomato, but it has more of that savoriness. This has a little bit, but less. You're getting more fruit from the hearty Tamarillo than this one. There are definitely a lot of possibilities with the hearty Tamarillo. You can eat it just like how I did, out of hand. You could use it like a grape tomato, you know, throw it in a salad, something like that, and it's gonna give a little bit more of a fruity taste, actually quite a bit more of a fruity taste to what you're doing. If you're toying with flavors and you wanna kind of toy with that idea of sweet and savory together, this would be a fun one to play with. Make jam, chutney, use it in fresh applications like in a salad, like I said, pickle it, you know, use it in mixology, put this in your martini or like whatever. There's definitely some room for experimentation with this thing. You know, I only have, 3 of them, so I'm not going to do anything with them. But if I had a whole bunch of these, I would do some experimentation because this would be a fun one to play with for sure. And I think that's about it. So thank you once again to the Santa Cruz Rare Fruit Growers for sending me another very interesting, very rare fruit. Anyone watching who grows plants, head over to their website to buy seeds and plants and find out more about the fun things that they're doing over in Santa Cruz. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. I would like to give a very big shout out to Smarter Every Day and JMac. They are mega patrons over on my Patreon page, which I've linked in the description below. If you are not familiar with Patreon, this is a way that you can support creators like me and get some really cool bonuses in return, like exclusive content, early access. There's even one where I will send you cool stuff in the mail. You gotta check it out, and that is linked below. If you don't want to go on Patreon, another way you can support the channel is by getting a t-shirt, like the one that I'm wearing right now. This is the Durian Anatomy shirt, which is available in the description below. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.